bro. Yo, what's up? I got stoned and left my fucking backpack unzipped and my fucking cash flew up with my weed. You spare a gallon so I can get the fuck home?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, bro, be safe.
Thank you.
Alright, y'all, check it out. So finally gonna work on the CBR600 F4i. So actually, like about 2 weeks ago or something, I was riding the bike back home from work, and when I was doing it, a piece of wood came flying at me. It was like a piece of plywood, probably like the size of this, like the size of this flap. It came at me and it hit the bike. It hit me right here. You can see it cracked the front fairing, the one that goes on the wheel, and it hit this side fairing piece. You see how this one has one and this one doesn't, but it didn't fly away from that. So then the next day when I was riding it to work, I was going freeway speeds, maybe a little faster, 120, and that piece went flying. It went like, I actually didn't notice when it went flying, because I was just riding like this, and then you know, looking forward, and I did feel something, and I thought I hit something or something like that. And you know, this is my view, so you can't really tell if you're like riding with the helmet. You can't really tell it's missing. And then when I arrived at work, when I got off, I was like, oh shit, that's what it was. And so I guess when I hit that piece of wood, it like, it must have cracked or something and weakened it, and then that shit just went, that shit went flying in the freeway. That sucks, but because of that, this thing has seen some shit. Like, I've dropped it so many times. So this from the wood, that piece from the wood, this from another occasion, I think from me dropping it so much, and this also I think from me dropping it so much. But look at it, it's just barely hanging on. So I ended up getting new fairings, a complete set from Amazon special. I'm gonna finally put some new fairings on it. I forget how much it was. I'll put it on the screen, but it was like pretty cheap, maybe like 300 bucks max, and it already comes white. It's not painted, it's just like plastic white, but I don't care enough to paint it. It's literally gonna end up looking like this with the plastic white. So these new fairings I'm gonna have to cut just like how these were cut, right here and here. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting this new kit on. Yeah, so look, to give you guys an idea of this Amazon special, this one actually came scratched. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's like scuffed here too. It's hard for the camera to see, but it does not look too bad. For the price, it literally does not bother me at all. You can't even see it from like right here. And this side too. This side came scuffed. It's hard to see on camera, but you guys can see that right there. Yeah, like if if you're someone sensitive, just be aware that they do come a bit scuffed, but since it's my beater, I don't really care at all. Like, not even a little bit, not even a tiny bit. Let's get this thing naked, you know what I'm saying? Rip. Oh yeah. Man, this shit is looking ugly. It looks so naked. Well, yep, there it is. So, RIP. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna start with the front fairing, like where the headlights rest. And then let's see what happens from there. That way I can get a baseline of the adjustment of the sides. So once I get the front, then I'll be able to fit the sides, I think, easier, and know like where to cut or what. Let's get to it, boys. I might do that tomorrow, because I got off work like 4 hours ago, and before I started wrenching on this, I was actually working on the 13B. Sheesh, the rotary, the brap 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 brap. But yeah, boys, I'm gonna make another video on this one soon. Yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's continue on this CBR600 F4i. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna swap out this freaking thing, the headlight. First things first on the realest. How the heck? What the heliante? Just like that. The headlight is in. I actually also ordered some hardware for these. Oh wait, it did end up breaking. Look, right here. It's actually broken right here. I didn't notice that.
Yo no sé mucho de geopolítica, yo sé de criticar, tú de criticar, hipócrita. Ahora tú quieres mi kriptonita, mi chica dinamita, buah, icónica, buah. Tengo mucho estilo, mucho flow, es porque tengo este puto micrófono, checa. Esta mierda le está jaqueca, pa' que quepa hueca, pa' que le meta yo fuego. Cuando yo sueno por tu esquina, tú ni te imaginas lo que se te viene encima, entiéndalo. Le meto cabrón, viejo no, este paro me hizo crecer en flow. Yo no me compares con mierda típica. Yo tengo lírica, soy original, hipócrita. Ahora todo es copia de una copia, de otra copia, de otra copia. Ilógica, oh, de chico me dieron la lección. De la cárcel se sale, pero del cementerio no. La sacó, me apuntó, pero
Alright, y'all, that clip that you guys just saw of me cutting this rear fairing piece that goes like over the rear seat, it's because I have this like wheelie brick. This was welded from the previous owner, but I ended up getting this titanium brick. So if I ever get to the point of doing 12 o'clock wheelies, it'll scrape on this instead of this, the actual frame. But yeah, you see the old one actually had it cut already, and so the new one I had to cut it. So now let's slap this thing on. Took some finessing, but it's on there.
Yo no sé mucho de geopolítica, yo sé de criticar, tú de criticar, hipócrita. Ahora tú quieres mi kriptonita, mi chica dinamita, buah, icónica. Buah, tengo mucho estilo, mucho flow, es porque tengo este puto micrófono, checa. Esta mierda lenta jaqueca, pa' que quepa hueca, pa' que le metan yo fuego. Cuando yo sueno por tu...
Alright, yo, so this is the kind of difficult part, is getting the side fairings onto the side of the bike because of my crash cage. So originally when I very first purchased the bike, it had already came with these fairings that already had the pre-cut holes, but that's because they put the fairing on and then they eyeballed the cage and then drilled the holes. But since my cage is already on, it makes it a little more difficult. But luckily, these new fairings, they actually came with a hole, a mark right here, see? It was probably intended for like a slider that goes here. So I can give myself a rough idea of where to cut the first hole, and then the other one I'll just have to eyeball it. I mean, if this wasn't here and you guys were working on the same bike and you didn't have a cage, it would just be literally a straight bolt on. It would slap straight on, but since mine is not like that, I can't do that with mine. So yeah, see how I do this right here, you know what I'm saying? No, my Ryobi died. Damn. Pinche Ryobi. See how that one went. Not too shabby. So let's say the center to the center, 6 inches at a 45 degree. So almost in line with this one. Yeah, I think that's a good guess. Fuck it. I'm just gonna sand it. Yep, that's pretty good. So now I need to get away. I need to find a way to slide this in. So I have to cut this something like this. have this little blade that I'm gonna use to cut this slot. Not gonna lie, it's not too bad. Alright, so now I need to get it to slide over the rail somehow. So I think I'm just gonna go, before I had a slit, I want to make it accessible so I can pull it in and out as I want in case I need to work on the engine or something. So that's why I'm doing all this. I'm probably not gonna film the other side. I've already spent 3 days doing this thing because of work. I only spent so many hours wrenching. I need to get back on that 13B. Yeah, I mean, if it was on a weekend, I'd be able to finish it in a day. But since I'm finishing this up during the weekdays, I only spend maybe like 2 hours each day or something like that. Yeah, and I want to work on the 13B on the weekend, so that's why I'm trying to finish this while it's a weekday. And just like that, she fit. Now I just have to put it. I'm gonna put these quick release latches on this thing, similar how I did to this one. Before I do that, I'm gonna cut that other side. So I'll get back to you once all this is roughly mounted up. Check it out. It's on there now. Both sides are on there with the cuts. It's just loosely mocked up right now. I don't have the hardware bolted up or any of that. I'm gonna end up putting zip ties here to make these two, and then actual hardware on those. But yeah, like I said, I want to get the quick disconnects here, so this isn't flopping around. But yeah, I mean, there it is. Pretty much, it looks pretty clean. It literally looks how like it used to look, only wider. Before it was more like a faded white because I did use rattle can clear coat. I wonder if this stuff is gonna fade in the sun with this color. I guess we'll see, but you guys can see it's kind of like yellowish. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna finish this up, and then once it's fully assembled, I'll show you guys. Finally done. So the last piece that I was saying was these quick disconnects. So whenever I want to pull this panel out, I just take the rubber band off, and then you see how it flexes, so I can pull it past the crash bar. But yeah, so there it is. All the panels are on. The fitment for the price is not bad at all. Like, look at, I mean, there's a little bit of gap fitment issues here, but I also only zip tied it. But so it's possible that it would fit better if the cage actually wasn't here and I was able to angle it right. But that's how it's looking. I'm okay with that. It looks pretty complete from here and from elsewhere. So yeah, all I did was put zip ties on these. I didn't want to put hardware because it's more hard. Oh yeah, look, the fitment on this one's kind of janky, but that's okay. Some people might not care. I don't care. And then yep, and that's that. I guess let's test it out. you guys a 360 of this thing. There it is, boys. Now on to the next project. Pinche 13 brat.